welcome to this video. If you have never been here before, welcome to my channel. I am Lindsay Rago. This is a brand new series that I'm going to be bringing to you guys over, I honestly don't know how long. I don't have a time frame in mind, which you'll understand why at the end. But let's get started. Why are you doing cardio at 4 a.m.? Let's start the vlog. So I still do my morning routine, but it has morphed a little bit and it will continue to morph. But this is after I meditate. I'm gonna meditate for a minute and then talk to you guys after. But I did a poll on my Instagram and I asked people if they did a morning routine or not, and over half of the people said, actually no, that's not true. Just under half of the people who replied said no, that they were busy. And so, to anybody watching this who does not have a morning routine, something that they do every morning, even if it's 5 minutes, the same thing every day, more than just brushing your teeth, something more, then I highly, highly recommend that you get up 10 minutes earlier and execute your morning routine, because it will drastically change your life. So, I'm going to meditate, then I'll tell you guys more about my morning routine and today and post-show after that. Sorry guys, I actually have a call with a future client, like an assessment, very shortly here. So I'm going to talk to you while I make my coffee. So morning routine, things that I have added, I read basically like a devotional every day. Sometimes it kind of applies to my life, sometimes it's just like, and so that's just like a Bible verse that kind of has a reflection with it. So I have been really searching for my faith and trying to make it something that's very present in my life. Just personally, I feel more grounded when I have that. And then I kind of reflect on whatever I read. If it doesn't really apply, then I usually just like close my eyes and breathe and pray and kind of just, I try to clear my head so that if I have any inspiration that's going to come to me, I need to be clear-minded in order to receive that like inspiration and those like new things for me to reflect on. So I try to quiet my mind, just like I normally would. I write my positive affirmations for the most part, like things that are applicable to my day or how I'm feeling or what I'm doing that day. And then I go do my fasted cardio. So today that was switched, but normally I always do those two things. If I don't do either of those, I feel really off. So, and if I do them, then I feel very peaceful for the most part. Like I'm much more self-aware of when things start to build in me and I start to get frustrated or, I don't know, start to not feel like myself. Definitely establish one for you. You don't have to copy mine. Establish one that works for you. And I have a phone call. So I'm going to insert the clip of my 1 week post-show body and then we'll chat about that. Okay? Bye-bye. So you caught me, new day, new camera. I did not film this portion yesterday, but that's okay. I'm also using Brian's camera. I always wonder if you guys can see the difference. The way I want to end this video is actually introducing this new series. This works better angle to chat with you. So I actually made myself lots of notes because I don't want to forget anything and I want to introduce this properly. So I get a lot of questions about post-show, how I deal with it. You definitely gain weight post-show, like you have to. You do not stay stage lean all year. If you want to know what happens when you get stage lean, please see my previous video about what happens when you get lean. Lots of stuff happens that you don't want to employ on a daily basis. So post-show, it's about gaining weight back, but also not just putting on a ton of body fat. Being able to put on weight evenly, hopefully distribute it throughout your body, still make strength gains, hopefully gain some lean mass as you go. It's definitely hard to gain muscle, but that's the ideal situation and what most people don't employ in their own post-show time, because there's like a time frame where your body's really sensitive to, depending on how long you prep for, your body can be just as sensitive like going out of your prep for the same duration that you prepped for. So for me, I prepped for 18 weeks for this show. Much of that was not like considered a cutting phase, like first 8 weeks probably, so it's gonna take me at least that long to get out of prep. So first of all, I started planning what I was gonna do after my show about 8 weeks before my show. So that doesn't mean that I was like, in my mind I wasn't already past my show or anything like that. I was still very focused on the goal, but I was starting to get mentally prepared to put my health as a priority after the show, which I've never done before, to be honest. I've come out of 2 shows and been absolutely psychotic about macros to a T, about not gaining any weight, about coming up to staying at like my leanest possible self, and just completely not even thinking about health related issues like female reproductive system, like getting your period back if you've lost it, like digestive issues and systems, being able to eat different foods without like feeling sick, so many different things that happen when you prep that I just would be like, no, not gonna think about that. So 8 weeks ago, I started watching videos, I started reading articles, I started trying to see what different approaches I could take. Like the most important thing, which I'll cover in a separate video, is you have to have a plan. If you just say, I'm gonna increase my calories slowly, that's not a plan. Like that's an idea that will work, but to actually have a plan that you are going to be disciplined to follow, not necessarily a meal plan per se, but just a plan. Like I'm going to eat this many calories this week. I'm gonna weigh myself every day and see how my body responds. And then I'm gonna increase my calories based on that. Like that's a plan. Just saying you're gonna increase your calories, it's like, okay, well, from where? From your show day calories, from your peak week calories, from the week before calories? So those are things that you have to take into account and things that will actually make you successful post-show. So for me, it was a lot of figuring out what I wanted to do. If I wanted to just go back to my meal plan 2 weeks before my show, like when I had more carbs, like my peak week, I had very low calories, which is fine because it was for a week. But I didn't want to go back to peak week calories and then, because that's just counterproductive. Like your body can still process more. You just might put on a little bit depending on your metabolism, how your body was at the end of prep, etc. So my plan ended up being I was going to go back to the meal plan 2 weeks before my show, or before peak week, when I had a little bit more carbs, a little bit more fats, protein was the same, and then I would work backwards through the meal plans as they change, because my coach, I stay on a meal plan during prep, not macros. So what I did was I took that meal plan, that was my initial like week off of show food. Same thing every day, because I enjoy what I eat. No big deal for me. This is to each their own, this isn't the only way. So what I did was I took that meal plan and then I figured out what those macros were, and I just kind of redistributed them throughout my day. So for me, like I like eating my fats earlier in the day because it keeps me satiated. I like having my carbs around my workouts, and I don't get groggy and tired throughout the day, and I don't feel starving. So I took those macros and I just kind of restacked them around my workout. And so I did that for the first week post-show, and my weight fluctuated a lot. So show day, I was, just for your reference, I was 112. Post-show, after the meal, big meal, I was about 115, so give or take. And then I dropped to 114, dropped to 113. The highest I got, like the week after my show, was 116, but then my weight came back down after. So as of yesterday, I think I'm like 114. So we're saying that I've gained like 2 pounds per se since that super dry, dehydrated, depleted look. So that's where I'm at, and I feel really good. Like I feel my strength increasing, I feel my energy increasing. And so what I'm doing now is I'm increasing my calories by 6 to 8% this week. So I'm gonna keep updating you guys with this as I go. But so that's like the basic idea, and that's the plan that I'm executing. So more on that after, but that is gonna be kind of the part of the basis of this series, but definitely not the only thing. So I do want to tell you everything I'm doing post-show. I'm kind of working on my own with my coach's eye, but the whole point of this series, like I started to mention earlier, is that I want to focus on my health for the first time in over 2 years. One of my goals is to learn about my health and not just like grab an article here, grab an article there, I should eat more almonds, this, that. No, I want to like learn what my systems need to run properly, or what my body needs to run properly. I've been very focused on aesthetics, on getting confidence, the body I wanted, and of course getting strong, of course learning as much as possible, but my health has never been at the forefront of my mind, and I'm very okay with admitting that because now I'm changing. So there's a lot of things that I want to start to correct, like my hormonal imbalances. How do I know my hormones are kind of off? I haven't had my period in 2 years, so that's kind of it. I deal with, not so much anymore, but I've definitely dealt with anxiety. If you're anxious a lot or all of the time, which over the past years I've certainly dealt with panic attacks, anxiety, and things like that, that's another indication that your hormones could be off. Low libido, digestive issues, thinning hair, all of things I don't deal with right this moment, like at their peak, but over the past 2 years I certainly have, because I've been pretty much in diet mode, in prep mode for 2 years. And I know that that's not something that can just easily you're healthy. It's gonna take time. It took 2 years for me to like do this, and now it's gonna take the next year or so to undo it. To find a point where I feel comfortable in my body, but I also feel internally happy and healthy. I want to get to a point where I'm not constantly thinking about my next meal. And that's not something that I can say you need to do X, Y, Z and then you'll get there, because I'm going to discover that on my own, like try different things along the way. And so that's what this series is for. It's kind of my journey back to health. And it's not that I'm unhealthy, but the competitor lifestyle, once you get towards the end of prep or constantly in prep, it's not healthy. It's not like a healthy lifestyle per se. Like you can be healthy in a prep, but that is not intuitive eating when you're hungry, eating foods that fuel you. You're trying to get to an aesthetic. So that's very different from just being healthy. Note the distinction. What now? What are my plans? So I haven't said that I was doing another show. I haven't said anything about 2018. So what I am doing, and I've already talked to my coach, we are taking a year off to recover. So I decided this. My coach would be more than happy to just like for me to just go with balls to the wall and get my pro card, because I love that too, but I know that my body needs this break. So this is not a bulk, this is not a grow, this is not a off season, this is improvement, this is a health season. I want to accept myself, I want to feel strong, I want to feel confident no matter what my body looks like. I want to have a strong look to me, of course. I don't want to gain a bunch of weight. because that doesn't mean that I'm healthy just because I put on 10 pounds and I'm up to a healthy body weight. Because if all of that's fat, then that doesn't help me either, you know? That's my goal for the next year, and then 2019, I'm gonna qualify for a national show, and then I'm gonna boom, 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 hit all the national shows possible, get my pro card, and then we go from there. So these are the long-term goals, but that's what I wanted to tell you guys. So this is what you're gonna be getting into with me over the next year. If you guys have things that you want me to touch on, please comment below. Anything that you'd be curious about, anything you'd want me to go into, even if that's like, Lindsay, I really want you to do a 10K challenge. I really want you to do like tons of workout videos. I want you to talk about like how you're getting healthy, your mindset, anything. Like, this series is for me, but it's also to educate you. Please like this video. This is gonna be the end. This is the end, but also the start of something brand new and a whole new journey that I've never been on before. So I'm excited to take you with me. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, if this is your first video. You'll come along with me. Hit the bell if you want to be notified whenever I post a video. Hopefully I'll be doing them 3 times a week. I really need to get back to that now that I'm back home in LA anyway. So yeah, let's do it, guys. Let's get healthy. See you guys in the next video, the first real episode of the series. Bye.